Hi, first grade. Today for Writer's Workshop, we're going to write a book review. We've done that before. We did it all during Seuss Week, remember? We read a Dr. Seuss book and then we said what kind of a book it was and who was in the book. But do you remember that we were very careful not to give away the ending or all the details of what happened in the book? The reason that we're writing the book review is because we want someone else to read our review and decide if they would like to read the book or not. But if we put too many details in the review about the story, then they don't need to bother to read the book. So that's not what we're doing. We're just telling a little bit. And we're saying if we like the book or not. It's good to say who the characters are in the book and if they're good or bad. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to read a book to you today called Click, Clack, Peep. And it's a lot like Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. Okay, here we are. Click, Clack, Peep. Remember old Farmer Brown and the cows, the animals were trying to negotiate with Farmer Brown and they kept typing him notes. Click, Clack, Peep by Doreen Cronin. Illustrated by Betsy Lewin. What do we have here? It looks like the UPS man or the Amazon man is bringing the duck a present. I wonder what's in that present. Click, clack, peep. Oh, I can see now that it's a little crate. What do we think is in there? A pink bow. Farmer Brown stuck his head out the window. The farm was too quiet. Everyone was watching the egg. Not a moo, not a click, not an oink, not a clack, not a baa, not a cluck, not a thing. Then crack. Aha. Inside the barn, everyone gathered closer. Moo, crack, baa, crack. Oink, crack, cluck, crack. Moo, crack, baa, crack, oink, crack. Baby duck. Baby duck laughed. Peep, 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 and laughed again. Baby duck waddled. Peep, 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 and waddled again. Baby duck played. Peep, 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 and played again. The animals yawned. Ugh. Peep, 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 and yawned again. The chickens sang a lullaby. A lullaby is a soft, sweet song that you sing to a baby to try to get him to sleep. But baby duck would not sleep. Peep, peep, peep. The cows lowered the shades. You think there are window shades in a barn? But baby duck would not sleep. Peep, peep, peep. The sheep knitted a blanket. But baby duck would not sleep. Peep, peep, peep. The chickens went outside to get some sleep. The cows went outside to get some sleep. The sheep went outside to get some sleep. The mice went outside to get some sleep. Baby Duck was making too much noise. Duck took off his headphones. Ah, he had had headphones on the whole time. Peep, peep, peep. What do you see Duck doing? He climbed into the tractor. Oh, wait a minute, I missed a page. He put Baby Duck into a bucket. Peep, peep, peep. He covered her with a blanket. Peep, peep, peep. He carried her outside. Peep, peep, peep. He climbed into the tractor. Peep, peep, peep. He buckled up the seat belts. Peep, peep, peep. That baby is still talking. And backed out of the barnyard. Beep, beep, beep. He drove back and forth. Peep, peep, peep. Back and forth. Peep, peep, peep. Back and forth. Peep, peep. Sleep. Farmer Brown opens his eyes after a good night's sleep. Not a moo, not a cluck, not a clack. Not a peep. But what does Farmer Brown see? The end. Okay, for this part of our language arts lesson today, you're going to need your journals, and you are going to need to turn to the language section. Okay, and we're going to write, first of all, we're going to journal about what a book review is. Exactly what is a book review. So I'll write it on the whiteboard and you can copy it into your journals. Okay. Book review. Is to help people decide if a book is interesting, to them. Because if a book isn't interesting to them, then they don't want to bother to check it out of the library or buy it out of the book order or from a bookstore. So we want to give them a little idea what the book is about and if we think it's good or not, okay? So some things that a book review should tell, and here I'm going to write should tell. That way you'll be able to go back and look at your list of things here that should be written in a book review. Make sure you can see this by making it plenty dark. Okay, here's a few things that a book review should tell. Okay, the first thing it should tell us is the title. That's the first thing you should tell, is the title of the book. I read Click, Clack, Peep. Okay, title. Okay, number 2 should be the author who wrote the book. Okay, number 3, you probably want to say what kind of a book it is, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. When we did the Dr. Seuss books, some of them were rhyming books, some of them were not rhyming books. Okay, so type of book. Okay, number 4, you maybe should be skipping space between these numbers in your journal so that the words aren't too crowded together, so you can read them easily later on. Okay, probably number 4 should be a little bit about the book. A little bit about the book. And remember, you don't want to give all the details and you don't want to give away the ending. Okay, I'm going to write that on here. Don't tell how it ends. That's important, because if you tell them how it ends, then they have no point to, there's no point in them reading the book. Okay, so you don't want to give away the ending. You want to leave it a surprise for them. Okay, then you want to say if you liked the book or not. Did you think it was a good book? It's your opinion. A book review is your opinion. It was a good book or it was not a good book. It was a funny book or it was boring. You say how you felt about the book. So number 5, how you felt about the book. Sorry if my hand's in the way. And finally, number 6. You cannot see number 6. See if I can tip it up. There we go. Number 6, would you tell a friend to read it? And if you would, why? And if you would tell a friend not to read it, why? Also why? Why would you tell them not to read it, okay? Would you tell a friend to read it? why. Okay, tell them why they should read it or why they should not read it. Okay? Okay, so that's what a book review is all about. And you know how I like to add color. So I'm going to add just a little bit of color here. I'm going to put the definition. This is where it tells us what a book review is. Put it here. And then I'll draw just a quick book, I think. There's some extra pages here. There's some extra pages here. There's some pages here. And here. And do you have to do this part? No. You know you don't have to do this part. Just to bring our attention to the page so that we could quickly find the page. Where is that book review page? And then we could real quick spot it, right? Okay. And we might have a writing on the page. And these squiggle lines are just supposed to be the pretend writing, okay? Okay. And so that is our book review page. And that's all it needs to be right there. Okay? Okay, so in your language journal book, I want you to write me after you've written the anchor chart, and I'll take a picture of it and send it to your parents, or you can pause the video and copy it. And after you've written what it should include, then you can turn the page and just write your book review on the next blank page. See how I did mine in ink and it bled through, so that's not good. Okay, so but you do it on the next blank page, okay? And make sure you tell me the title of the book, who wrote the book, what type of a book it is, the genre, a little bit about the book, but don't give the ending away. How you felt about the book, like you liked it, you thought it was funny, it taught you a lesson, and then would you recommend the book to a friend and why? Okay? Take a picture after you've written it and have your parents send it to me. Our next writer's workshop will be a little bit more about informational writing. We started this before we left for spring break. Remember, you're supposed to write something that you know a lot about. You need to know at least 5 things about something in order to give me any information about it, okay? So we'll do that again later in the week. All right, send me pictures of what you've written, your book review for Click, Clack, Peep. I'll put it up here again real quick. Bye.